I was like to say today we're going to talk about alignment. When you guys jump on, and while you're waiting to jump on, I'm just going to just talk. Sometimes in life, we go through motions, and sometimes because we go through motions, we don't realize where we at. We're not organized. Hey, Shadow. When we're not organized, Shadow. Hey, how are you? You look new. I don't remember your face, and you might have been in here before, but are you new, Shadow? If you're new, drop a one, because I don't recall seeing you, but you're welcome. I meet in this SnappBack channel every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Tuesday and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Sunday is at 8 p.m. Central Time, and they're all Central Time. And so you are welcome. I'm just in here about to talk about alignment. You know, we sometimes in life, we just go through the motions and we don't have a plan, or we have a plan. Yeah, Lulu, I changed. Lulu, oh my God, you changed your name. Thank you for telling me it was you, Lulu, because I wouldn't have known. See, you didn't think I knew you wasn't. You didn't think I didn't know that you wasn't new, though, did you? I'd never seen your name before. Shadow Milk Cookies. Wow. You changed your name, and I see you changing your channel more active and talking. Hey, Kevin. So I'm happy for you. Lulu, but I see you still not using those keywords. I know sometimes you might not, but when you're not doing anything, go back and put them in. You know, until you get to be a big YouTuber, you have to put the hashtags in, like like the live. That's what also Ravishing say, like the live, like the live. And I say like it like do the thumbs up for your sister. So I'm excited. Kevin, today I know you be popping in and out, but I want to talk about alignment. You know, there's times that we just go through the motion, or we may even have a plan. But in our plan, sometimes things in life, even with plans, they change. They change sometimes because life changes. But when we are on purpose for God and we're living our purposeful life, we want to make sure we still in alignment with the thing He called us to do. You know, getting in position, getting back in position. When you're on a when a team player is on a field of offense and defense, you have to be in that position to receive. And it's like God. We have to be in position to receive the blessings, to receive the directions. We have to be in position. You know, if a goalie is out of position, every time the opponent team go to hit a goalie or get a field goal with a football or baseball, they're gonna get a home run. They're gonna hit a target. I mean, they're gonna get the goal, and they're gonna keep winning. And with us, God want us to win. And how do we win? We got to be in position. We got to be ready, in position, and going in the direction that the purpose is. Last week, I did a reflection of what I am, you know, what my business is, what I do, you know, because sometimes it get exciting in these YouTube streets. And sometimes you want to jump the ship, get out the water, and just start doing what you see, because it looked magical. It looked like people are winning, and they are winning. They're winning because that is what they're called to do. And so today, I just want to talk about, you know, getting in position of what God has purpose for your life. Get in position, in alignment of being, and not about being busy. You know, you hear people, you ask them, how was their day? And people will say, oh, my day was busy. Baby, we sang that song like a anthem. I like a theme song. I was busy today. I'm busy. I'm always busy. I'm always busy. Why are you always busy? Busy is not the same as productive. Busy mean you just was in motion doing something. It don't mean that it's productive. And so we don't want to just be busy. We want to be in sync with what God have for us and his timing. And I heard you, somebody yesterday was talking about timing, God's timing and his direction. We won't be in sync with his direction, his timing, and also we want to be in line with the favor or flow when God opened that door. Sometimes we try to push the door open quicker than we need to be because we may not be prepared for it. And then when you're in alignment with God, you have peace. You know, we become peace. We follow peace. When you're busy, busy can be anxious, anxiety, frustrating. Busy can be overwhelming. Busy can be a lot of things. And so I there's this acronym for busy. Burdened under Satan yoke. I don't want to be burdened. I don't want to be under nothing but God, and I don't want to be under Satan's yoke. And so we don't want to just be busy. We don't want to just tell people, oh, I'm grinding 24/7. And trust me, hard work is okay. Hey, blessed to crochet, welcome. Hard work is okay, but we have to make sure we're not just grinding, but we are in sync and in line with God's purposes planned for us. Proverbs 3 and 5 says, trust. Hey, Jenny Lee. How you doing today before I go on? Blessed to crochet. How are you doing? Okay, stay long. Okay, thank you. I seen your shorts. Your shorts are cute, and thank you. I appreciate that. Jenny Lee, hey, I think you've been here before, Jenny Lee. And if you haven't, welcome. It's good to see you. Your names look familiar, and I meet Tuesday, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Central Time, Sunday at 8 p.m. And I was just talking about alignment and being put in position, being in position for the purpose and assignment that God has on our life. And how YouTube and anything, especially if it's exciting, how we can get how it costs make it not it may cost us to get out of sync in purposes and timing of what God have for us. How was your day, Jenny Lee and Blessed Crochet Kevin? How was your day? Yes. So it's just like when you have your car. In your car, every now and then you go, oh, okay, first of all, the scripture, Proverbs 3 and 5, it says, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge God, and he will make your path straight. So we're all over the place. I'm doing okay. I twist my foot yesterday, and I did. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I twisted. Oh, and drew my back out a bit. So I'm taking it easy. Yes, please take it easy. You know, why you taking it easy? You know, get back in tune to what you maybe you still in tune to the purpose that God called you. YouTube is exciting. You know, we get in we ready to support and be active and running. Last week I wasn't feeling well and I kept running, but we have to stay back in there. Many things we get caught up in. Exactly, Jenny Lee. And sometimes, you know, we chase glitter and it's not even gold, but it's flashy, it's new. You know, I like pretty things, but I'm not too keen with the new stuff. And the reason why I'm not, because the lint get on it fast, it don't look as good. So yes, we have to be patient. Blessed to crochet. It's good to see you, and we'll be praying for you. Yes, we'll be praying that God. Wow, thank you. I learned a lot about Canva slowly but surely. I'm doing the shorts. Yes, on the creative side. Yes, you are. I see all that animation, all that flashiness, and that's what I'm talking about. Flashy, flashy. But you have substance behind your flesh. Sometimes we just have flesh and that's it. But as God's elect, and especially if it's our purpose to uplift, to and motivate, to inform, to educate, then we have to make sure we could do the flash and exciting part, but making sure there's a message even in that. Because if it's not, it's just a is emptiness. And we have to answer to God when whatever we put out. We represent God, and everything we represent should draw people back to God and not just to ourselves, not just for monetization, because this is ministry for most of us. And we want to make sure we're ministering. Sometimes it get exciting, and we can easily, as Jenny said, we could get caught into many directions. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we stay focused, so true, focus on the numbers when we do what's right in our heart. He would bless us. Yes, that's the scripture that says, in all our ways acknowledge the Lord, and He direct your path. That's not the one I wanted. But no, the one that says, first seek the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and all these things will be added. So the things we were desiring, God already have it for us. We just have to ask Him how to carry out those plans, because it gets so exciting. On here, sometimes it felt like it's a drug. And I believe that's how social media is designed, to numb us so we keep running here. It's like that high. Kevin say you're right. This is ministry. Yes. And we have to go back and we have to do a audit and remember why we on here and what we on here for. If I can reach one, then I've done what God has called me to do. Exactly. One. Just one. Because Jenny says, good to see you, Kevin. One person. Jesus had crowds around him, but he reached one. And that's all his focus was. And if our focus is to reach that one, then the others ones who God called for us will come. And when we're not ready or in position, we can't receive it, because I was excited and I was like, oh, last year, oh, I wanna go viral. Honestly, if I would have went viral, I wouldn't have knew what to do with it. Not, I don't know what to do, but with YouTube is ever changing. YouTube have a foundation, and YouTube is they want people to stay on here, so they have guidelines and policies, and people get upset. They think everybody's gonna win, and that's why I was talking about alignment. Yes, I started getting my focus on numbers and realized I was getting off track. You better bet you better. We get off track, and we have to every now and then do a assessment of ourselves, of our business. This is a business. It is a business, and we have to know how to operate it if we want to be in YouTube partnership. But we also have to make sure we're doing what God tell us to do. Hey, Mr. Salty Baller, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you. Haven't seen you in a while. Make sure you drop something on my shorts or something so I could come visit your page. You too, Jenny. Cause it get like we say, you get so many people, and you trying to stay connected, especially to those who God has given you. God has given us some people that we are is our core group. We're connected to, and some people is just our immediate group. We have our family that God has given us. We have our mom and daddy, that's our parents, and that's our brothers and sisters. But when you get your own family, your responsibility look different. Your focus is to take care of your own family, and then your extended family, and then your extended family. So we want to make sure we have the family that God has given us. Then we looking after the extent our extended family, and then the extended family. And it's so exciting. There's so many people on here, and they pull you, and you can feel the pull. And there's so much going on. Making sure we take care of ourselves is important, because there's a lot of stuff going on. I wasn't feeling well last week, and I still was going to be late. Today I laid around. I'm like, I got to let my body recover. so that I won't get caught off. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be in agreement? We want to make sure we are in agreement with this person in their alignment. That's what I'm talking about today, alignment and agreement. Not just with God, but while we with ourselves, within ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, and our intention of what we walk when we walk together. Am I walking with this person that's going the same direction I'm going in? Is it just for business? Is it for a relationship? We have to find out why this purpose person is in our life. What is their purpose? What is our purpose to them? It's true. There's so many people, but when they visit your page, it reminds us to go to support, and it's hard to keep up. Exactly. We do want to support, and it can be a lot. And if we don't, I'm not organizing this yet, but I'm working on it. If we're not organized, we'll be up day and night and day, and you still won't get to everybody. You won't get the things you're supposed to do. And so we have to make sure we're in that right vein and doing the things we need to do to make sure. Latricia, thank you for saying that. Hey, Latricia. Hey, champions. That's Latricia. Y'all, I love Latricia. I love Latricia. Hey, champions. Champion Nation. That's how she do it. Don't get me, Latricia. Champion Nation. We got turtle power. And I love those things. That's what I love about the YouTube family that God has given us. Because when we in sync and we on one accord, we could grow together. We need to know what we are connected to and who, because it's so important. People may not realize whatever you connected to, that become a part of you. It's like a crafting. Congratulations, Latricia, Jenny. Yes, Latricia is doing fine. She gonna be monetized, but like she says, she want to be fully monetized. She want to be fully ready and in sync with her purpose and in sync with her business. And that's why it's so important that we slow down. She said the turtle power. Whatever, we need to slow down and then do an assessment. Uh, uh, Go back through your channel. Is what I am? Is who God called me to? I don't want to be on here telling people that I represent one thing and doing something else. And that's my thing. I gotta figure out how y'all getting that turtle on. I'm not good with emojis, but I've got much better. So I could put turtle power because my favorite scripture, and I didn't tell you this, Latricia. The race isn't given to the swift, not the strong, but unto him who endures to the end. So you may start before me, you may be ahead of me, but my race isn't given by you running fast or how strong you are, but I'm going to endure. And as I endure, then I come on and I come in. I come in the lane that God has called me to. And we're not we're not competing against each other. And so I have to make sure I'm staying exactly in sync to the assignment that God has given me and true to the calling and the purpose that's on my life. It look good when you see flashy lights, and that's how things are designed to attract us psychologically. You see all these different things, casinos. I went to a casino. We went when I was working, and this lady Mary, I was like, baby, please don't go back. We brought the seniors there, and when it was going off, and she wasn't even gambling, she was getting excited. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, truly excited. And so I'm like, no, because see, some of us are pre-positioned to certain things. We are exposed to it because of our families. And so we don't want to, some people, families have certain addictions. So we don't want to go in those some places. And I don't really like dark, clammy places. And then you go in there and they have the lights down. They give you free drinks. I don't know if they give alcohol no more, but they used to give them free drinks, watered down, get you juiced up, take your money, and then you go home broke, busted, and disgusted. So we have to make sure we take care of ourselves. People are watching even when we think they're not. We need to be a light in such a dark world. And that is so true. People always watching us. Yes. And so we need to remember whose we are and who we are and not get caught up in numbers. YouTube is just like any platform. Today or tomorrow, they can say, I don't want y'all on here no more. For whatever reason, they decide, and you can't do nothing about it. So we have to also start positioning ourselves. This is our business, and how to bring our business off of this platform into our own webpage and different things, so that they won't have all the control. Um, and then another scripture that says, Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be ye transformed and renewed by your mind. We have to keep renewing our minds so that we can become who God called us to be. And then we'll be able to be tested and approved by God, and approved by what God will is, and his good and pleasing and perfect will. Renewing our minds daily, it takes practice and keeping us in line with our purpose, especially when distractions come. We are distracted on here a lot. I wanted to ask the question, how many people have ever built a business? And are you building your business now? Because some people, it is a hobby. Some is entertainment. Some is just for whatever reason. So, but YouTube is a business. Most people may have built a business. It takes time to build a business. What we see sometimes is the after effect of the hard work. When you get monetized, Jenny, when you get monetized, LaShonda, when you get monetized, Mr. Salty, when you get monetized, Mary, then that's when people gonna be like, wow, they look how fast they did that. Wow, look what they're doing. It's overnight. No, overnight success do not last. It's being aligned to your purpose and then doing assessments, reflections, rest, taking care of yourself. Then that's when you will, when you reap the harvest, people gonna think, oh wow, it was a fluke. No, it was hard work and dedication. We never thought we would, but let me see what you say, Mary. Blessed to crochet. We never thought we would, but it's a blessing that we did take one day at a time. Yes, one day at a time. That's all we need. It's a lot to take in. YouTube is a lot. But business, this is a business. YouTube didn't say, I'm weaning out those who will be a part of the business, but that's what they said. They saying this is required of you in this amount of time. If you can do it, then you can get in access to the interworld of YouTube. And I imagine even as you get in there, there's different levels. You see some people going to all these conferences and things that YouTube have, and other things have it. Right now, Mary, you talked about Canva. Canva having their conference soon, where they show you all these details. And if you desire to be like you to a representative of their program, also you can. There's a lot of programs. There's TikTok. There's Facebook. All of them have requirements, and some of them haven't really told you the requirements, but you have to do the homework. Many people don't know the requirements of YouTube until you get to be uh, um, a contributor and not a consumer. Jenny said, I needed this today. It's funny how God work even on YouTube. He can speak, baby. You better believe it. And that's what he want us to do. He don't want us to be on here just doing. I'm saying, God, what am I talking about? Alignment. Alignment with him. Staying in purpose. What did he call you to do? What is he calling people to do? Are you currently acting in action, in alignment with what you want? What you want. If you want to be on here and with a digital print, then do it. Mr. Salty said, in all our ways. And always I have distraction. I mean, when you have so much time, it's hard to fail into peer distraction, peer wallet. Yeah, even not just being on YouTube as a content creator, this message is a message at large. What is God calling you to do in your family? Some people are home caretakers and they don't think that's valuable. It is. What is your purpose for your home? What is the mission that God has given you for you and your family? What your husband mission is as a husband, as a wife. Some people are stay home dads. Some people are stay home moms. Some moms and dads both work. Some families are connected. They are multi generational families. The grandparents might stay, the mama might stay, the daddy, the son, but all of them have to have a purpose of what they need to do to keep the family flowing. Because if not, then everybody just do whatever they want to do and it become chaotic. So when we stop, take an assessment, do your own audit of your life, of your business, of your relationships. Sometimes people, they don't fall out of love, they grow out of love. And so you grow out of loving the things that you thought was important. And sometimes you grow for better. Some of those things wasn't healthy. Some of those things wasn't good. And so with the line, with taking a assessment and doing an audit, you saying, is this still working? Is this what God called me to do? Because we grow. We grow in God. And even as we grow in God, then we take different channels, we take different directions. But it all bring you right back to God. Sometimes you look back and you say, well, I went this way when I went to the left when I was going to the right. But sometimes you change and grow and God have other things because now you ready for it. When we're not ready for it, he's not going to give us that, but he want us to stay in motion. Yesterday, a person came on here and it was talking about God's timing. And I believe in timing. I believe in God's timing. And we have to wait on God's timing. We wait in the anticipation of movement and work. We're waiting to get into YouTube um program, but we're not waiting like I'm waiting, just waiting right here, sitting right here waiting. I'm waiting for YouTube to let me in. I'm waiting to go viral. No, you working. You waiting and working. You working to a cause. You working for a purpose. And you have to remember that. Um, Jenny said, what we think is impossible, he can make possible when we faithful. Yes. You know, I believe that God want us to be in excellence. We own here, and sometimes I don't know where some people got it from. We do whatever, and God's gonna bless it. God don't bless mess. God will turn your mess into a message, but he don't bless mess. Meaning we have some things that we say and do, and then we working towards becoming. God say, I'm working towards the calling of what I'm pressing. I can't think of the scripture, working towards well, we're working and we're working towards making it better, not perfection. You know, and then is fear of being familiar keeping you out of your assignment? Sometimes being familiar with some things, people might come in your space and you give them suggestions and whatever, and they don't want to take it. We can't take it personal. What that mean is you're not ready for it, and if you're not ready for it, I'm not gonna keep trying to push it on you, because if you're not ready for it, then we're not in sync with each other. We're not in alignment with each other. We're not on one accord with each other. So instead of, we're going together, we tugging. It's a tug race. I don't want to tug with anybody. That's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of. And so that's what we have to do. We want to periodically take and stop and rest, get back in sync to what God has called us to in a position to receive. Always be in a position to receive. What would you have me to do next, God? I thought this was great, but God said, no, I want more. And then even with growing up, God expect more. As we develop and grow even in here, he expect more. YouTube didn't say that, but they expect more because they not just taking anybody just because you on here. Now I take and then I take that back too. They will take you on you because you just on here, but also people they if people like you, and you might not, especially if you got a channel. I've struggled. I have struggles. I don't know how to do the fancy things. I'm pretty much on my phone, but I have to start somewhere. Or what have never started. Actually, Jenny, excellent. Um, Imperfect action is better than imperfect motion. That means you wait till things get better and you will never do it. And I've been there. Hey, Peachy, yesterday y'all left me. Y'all left me. I didn't realize I was frozen. Oh, yeah, I wanted to look at my channel some too. Peep every now and then. I didn't know I was frozen yesterday, y'all. And I was just conversating to myself, just talking down. And then I realized they were talking to me. Oh, okay, that's fine. No, it wasn't you. I was frozen, and I didn't realize that I was frozen. So that's what actually, yeah, keep soaring no matter what. Yes, yes. I'm going back to Latricia said keep soaring no matter what. What I was saying though, Jenny, I'm on my phone. You don't need nothing fancy. You don't need all the flashes. You want a message that God has given you. You want to know what you called to do and do it. If it's to sing, sing. If it's to dance, dance. If it's to teach, teach. Whatever's in your heart to do it, do it. Everybody have different platforms here on YouTube. And so whatever you call to do, and Jenny, please go like one of my shorts or something so I could come and visit your page. And so like LaShonda is on here every day. I'm on here 3 times a week. They have other channels that you can grow from. LaShonda get points of how to manage and manage and navigate YouTube. And so it's not about flash. Flash is that's what I'm talking about. We don't want just flash. I don't want just be on here with cute things and not have substance. If you have substance, you're gonna draw your audience. You know, on my phone, I use Canva. People using different things. Canva have improved a lot. I've had Canva for about 4 years or 5 now. Canva have changed a lot. A lot of them have changed, and I'm sticking with Canva until they go really extremely crazy. I pay for it because with some of them, for me, is better to pay for it because I have a team of people that's on my business page, and so they get to use Canva. And so, and then I did Canva. I did my journal. I did my journals through Canva. I took here go one of my journals, just a snapback one. I'm seeing whatever's available. I be having stuff all over the place, y'all. I gotta get things back and organized. I took my journal and I did it on Canva. I did it on computer and Canva. Canva, you could do computer you could do your computer and your graphics and stuff. You could get them off Canva. Just knowing, what you want to do. And Canva is so good. You may have to look at some videos to figure out how to do it, but it's got much more. And I could say it's easy, but just like they say, YouTube is in easy mode. Because I did Canva so long, I could say easy mode, but I'm still learning something new. But with Canva, even yesterday, I was learning. I was learning how to do different things because I'm working on yes, LaShonda meet every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Uh and so you're not alone. Hey, real life, you are really my real life granddaughter on YouTube. You was telling me I was frozen yesterday, and when you told me that, I thought you meant you was frozen. Then I realized nobody was talking. I say I must have was frozen. So and I was getting ready to get off anyway. So I went to check, and when I went to check, I was black. A blackout, a blackout, a blackout. So yeah, Jenny, I just found you today and I will support. Jenny, that's what we hear about. I'm here, I'm pushing and I'm pushing for YouTube. I'm doing another channel, but I haven't released it yet. But that's some of the things I'm doing too, talking about YouTube made simple. Latricia is a person that is a health conscious person. I'm a resilient coach. And so we both didn't just come on here being selfish, selling the product that we do offline and we get paid for it. We didn't come on here about us. We came to build a community and a family so they know our hearts. So then when we tell them about what we do offline, they won't think we just another hustlers. There's a lot of hustlers on here that all they do. I love Canva Pro because you pay one fee. Yeah, hustling. They come on here, and I can't. This is my pet peeve, y'all. I can't stand somebody come somewhere you don't know them, and the first thing they saying, can you give me some money? Can you give me this? Can you give me? Can you? We first get to know each other. Can we come in alignment? That's what the message is about. I got to stay on it. Can we come on alignment? And Jenny, that's something that I don't do as much as I should, but I'm changing. I'm changing my mindset. Whatever your and that's for everybody. Whatever your thumbnail say or your title, try to make sure you repeat it because the algorithm hear it and you are in sync with the algorithm. You in sync with your audience. That's who the algorithm going to. That's the one who determined that you will keep pushing when they keep looking at you. So, and also, Jenny, you say that people always watching you. It's so true. You have what I call my private investors. They come and view and they support me that way. They may never put their thumbs up. They might never like. They may never do, but they help me to build my monetization hours. So don't give up. Be encouraged. Yes, turtle power, Jenny. Everyone is well. I'm hoping everyone well. Granddaughter, your real life grandmother on YouTube resting because I this cold been kicking my tail and I ain't been trying to go to sleep late, but I've been going to sleep like 1 o'clock. That's over now. I gotta cut it. Now sometimes it might be some of those things, but while I'm sick, that is not good. I use Canva. Mary with Blessed to Crochet say I use Canva is like our shorts. And Canva have free things. They have uh, other things that's free out there. You can check into them of what you need as a YouTuber. You don't need a lot. When you start off, we can't compete with the big people. What you need though, you need hashtags. My granddaughter got it now. I told her that too. You need hashtags. You need descriptions. It don't have to be big, just saying, this is what this video about. This is what this short is about. This short is to remind you to stay in alignment with your purpose. This short is about is remind you to have fun. This short is about the scripture, this scripture, and then you need people don't put a lot of people don't want to put titles on their shorts either. What happens is you competing with big people. We can never compete. I say that's apples and oranges. I don't want to compete with you because I don't. You and I and myself, and you have experience I don't have. Mary to Crochet says there's shorts, and we have our Bible verses every day, but we have a joke a couple of times a week because it's important to laugh. Yes. And we have quotes and other shorts. Yes. So determining what you want, and it's going to pull your audience. I did just this other day, I did a short, and it was a scripture. And it was asked, are you still fruitful? And then talking about the fruitfulness of, and I got like 2,000 people that liked it. And that was the other day. So you don't know what people gonna like, but we have to start looking at the analytics to see what our people like. Because if you give them what they like, they're going to support you. That was this movie says, and I don't know if it was the movie, but the theme line was, if you build it, they will come. So if you build it, they will come. Are you aligned to your purpose that God is calling you? Are you connected with the right source? You know, you could go to all these pages, and sometimes you do go for various things. You know, real life real life, she is a gamer. You know, she do real life critiques of games, but now look like she going more towards the Sims, and there's a lot of gamers out here. So the more she even connect with her gaming population, they build each other up. You know, I love her, I appreciate her, but they will help her even more because more gamers will come. You know, now you're going to have people going to support you because that's who they are. But I'm talking about connecting with the right source. You learn how to build your business. This is what we do. That's what I'm talking about. Building your business, not just a coaching business, building your business. LaShonda's not talking about her help business. She talking about how to build and navigate YouTube streets. That's what we're doing. And I do practical living with biblical principles, and not, you don't have to just be in this one box because it is all around. But before you go off, see, people, when you tell people to take a lane and choose it, and I didn't understand it. You know what? I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. You choose a lane, and then you make an umbrella under that lane, and then with the umbrella you have different sports, and with the different sports, then you could talk about cooking, then you could talk about relationships, then you could talk about whatever. But you got to pick a lane so enough people will come and support you. Once they support you, that's your umbrella. They're under your umbrella now. You holding the umbrella, and they under the umbrella. Once, and they aligned with you. Once they support you, they, y'all, in y'all young people term, once they rock with you, baby, they gonna rock with you wherever you go. But you can't do like the big YouTubers and be all over the place because the algorithm don't know where to put you at. Stay for still for a while. You know, get your people, get monetized. You know, and you could start pushing some other stuff, but make sure the most concentrated part is whatever your people like. You know, and then you draw a little bit out there. You know, you like just draw a little bit. Let me see if they're gonna bite it. You know, you fish a little bit. Oh, they ain't like that. So you fish over there. Oh, they ain't like that. When fishermen go fishing, a lot of them go to different places. Um, Another great place to get pictures from is Stock Cake. Now I pay $10 a month for unlimited downloads. That's what I'm talking about. Being in a circle. Mary's a part of our family. Mary's a part of our circle. Mary and her, Mary is I love Mary. I met Mary off of Big Jack. You guys, if y'all don't know Big Jack, Big Jack is my brother. He a part of my family. Is he my biological brother? No, he is my brother though. And I met Mary off Big Jack. So sometimes you go another place with your family members and you meet more family. Don't be afraid to go in different places, but don't be pulled all over the place. I'm guilty. But you know, make sure it's something that lines up with what you want to be a part of. You know, because sometimes you get connected with people. And my prayer is, God, why am I connected to them? Because if I'm not making a difference in your life, if you in one place and you know God has called you to another place, we cannot just get caught in that space and stay there. I mean, we have to go back to what he called us to do. If not, we out of alignment. And when you out of alignment, you're not in position to receive. And then we get upset with God because we don't feel like things are going how they should be going. They are, but he's constantly downloading blessings, downloading things for us when we haven't even taken out the time to listen to the first time. How many times, you know, if you have children or anybody, how many times you somebody asks you, I want to write this down, Mary, and it's called stock cake, y'all. How many times you people ask you questions and ask you for things and you give it to them and they come back again, and eventually you're like, no, not today. Or they ask to borrow you money, ask you to borrow them money, and you give them money and they don't pay it back, and then they come back and they're in real desperate need. I'm sorry, baby, not today. You don't pay back, and I'm not giving you my money unless God tell me to give it to you. You could say I'm mean. You could say whatever you want. No, it's principles. If you ask me to give you $10, you ask me to give you $100, and if I have it and I give you $1,000, I gave it to you. But if you ask me to loan you $1, you better give me my dollar back. If not, I can't trust you. If I can't trust you with $1, how am I trust you with 1,000? Yes, we have to cut it off with tears in our eyes, my real life grandbaby. Peachy, yes, true. Say that. Yes, blessed. Yeah, Pixar Us is a good one too. Just be careful. Just be careful without. Just be careful without one to make sure whatever you use is free. Yes, making sure it's royalty free and it's non-copyright, because she right, a lot of those, some of them is not free, some of them you do have to pay for Pixar Us. And she was saying with the stock cake is $10 a month. That's another thing. I'm investing more in my business. This is a business. I did it with coaching. You have to invest in where you going. It don't have to be a lot, but make a budget and see what you could do. Community is definitely everything, LaShonda. If you want, that's a saying, if you want to go somewhere faster, quicker, and more, with more Gert, get you a coach, a mentor, whether it's in a book, whether you pay for it, a minister, a pastor. But a lot of them, that's spiritual things. And you can have a spiritual coach, because I definitely believe in wherever you going, you want to make sure it is a mentor. Some mentors are free, some mentors is for a fee. Some and if you, first of all, a lot of these things, sometimes people are not healthy and they want this. If you're not mentally healthy or stable, don't get in all of this. It's going to make it worse. Go get you a therapist. Don't tell everybody your business. Go get healed first, and then you get a coach. Then you get a mentor, and then you come on here and do your thing. But if you want to go, you could go and do all of these things by yourself and learn by yourself. It's going to take longer. But if you want to go faster, further, surround yourself around a positive community. Sometimes it even means getting a coach. Right now, don't go making no investment in people you don't know. Start off small and make sure their character is what they say. You could check out on Google who's real and not. People be like, I'm in business. Why I don't see your business page? I've been in business. Check out my name. Resilient by Design is my business name. I've been out there. SnappBack Coach, check out. You're gonna see my name. My real name is Trishana, baby. Baby. Yeah, so making sure, absolutely. LaShonda, I have seen content creators who monetize with thousands of views and no likes or comments. Yes, that's another thing that I really don't want, LaShonda. I'm gonna be honest. Somebody can give you numbers, push you over, but if you're not prepared, and I'm not saying they not, because we don't know everybody's story, but you want to make sure you ready for the people that will come. If not, you'll see some big YouTubers too, and because they haven't stayed in connections with their people, they lose sight of why they on here and who got them on here, and then they start to dwindle away. People really looking for real now. They're not looking for all this fling, all this bling. Well, sometimes they are. It depends on what you want and where you at. Because sometimes, things will sell. Sex, gambling, gossip, uh, uh, drama, they're going to sell. Why? Because it relates to a place. Sometimes it's in that negative vein that we can be in. We could be in dysfunction. And if you are, it will keep you there if we keep dumping into that pit. I don't want to stay there. Do I ever watch it? I do. I ain't gonna lie. But I have to check myself. Check yourself. Check yourself. Because it brings you down. You know, people talk about levels, energy, it bring you down into a lower place. Jenny said that's true, Latricia, that's true, LaShonda. We're doing great because we have a community. Yes, hey Sanja, we do have a community and I love it. And we all know each other and we stop by and encourage each other. You know, LaShonda started off with me. We started off last year. I think I'm going into like my 7, 8, 9, well not my 9 months. I ain't ready to give birth yet. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting the pain coming though, y'all. It's coming. So I'm keep preparing for this birth. Um, Hello, Jenny. I follow someone who have 30,000 subs, but no interaction at all and no comments. Well, eventually their page gonna dry up because you need comments. You have to have something to keep you. There's three C's in there's three C's in YouTube. Anybody know what those three C's is? And that's what YouTube pushing. Good evening, Snapback Trishana Chat. Hope you have a good evening. Yes, the three C's. I'm waiting if anybody know what the three C's is. Hey, Nisha. Nisha is in the house. Nisha is a security guard. Y'all watch her. Don't mess with me. She will get you. You speaking, Snapback. If y'all don't tell me what the three C's is, I'm gonna tell y'all. Good evening, Peachy. Good evening, Jenny, Diamond. Hey, Yvette Diamond. Welcome. Hey, beautiful. Well, first of all, I seen two new people. And y'all, for me, is Yvette Diamond, I think, and she might have changed her name. Sometimes people change their name. And also, a newcomer is, I think they're new. I haven't seen them before, and that is Cinchi. I just seen them. And so welcome, welcome. I meet every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm just running my mouth, y'all. And good evening, everybody responding and saying hi and showing so love. Diamond, if this your first time, drop a 1. And then if you're a YouTube creator, drop a 2. But everybody is welcome in here because I talk across the board so that you could grow. You could grow your personal life, your spiritual life, your personal life, and your professional life. If you a YouTuber, you could grow. If you have a business or you have an inspiring business, you could grow. So drop a 1 if you're a YouTuber. I mean, drop a 2 if you're a YouTuber, and drop a 1 if you're new. Good evening, good evening. I'm blessed to crochet. We focus on connection. That's the main focus. Yes, one of you YouTube see. I love Big Jack. Yes, I love Big Jack. Yes, diamonds. I love it. See, that's another thing when y'all be dropping hearts and different things in the chat. The chat like to say, "Oh, they be grading you," and I'm a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the grades mean when you shut it down. They have these different things, and I don't even see the time frame anymore. But they kind of measure your interaction by communication for us in the chat. So they won't. I'm gonna tell you the three C's I'm going down. I think commercials can set off copyright stuff too. Yeah, if you plan them in the background, they will, because YouTube sometimes they have singing and all that on there. So you have to be careful when you're in the public and you're doing YouTube, even around family or whatever. And if you go live with somebody, you have to tell them, make sure there's no music on, because our commercials, because you can't get it. You could get copyright strikes. And YouTube don't just drop you off right away. What they do is they make sure that and you can appeal it by going to class if you do get where they want at, and then you do the class, and then they drop it off in 90 days. I'm looking for music that I can use, and I've been difficult for. Can everyone help? Hey Vet, hey LaShonda, Shark Cake is 100% royalty free for domain pictures. Peachy, I'm gonna come back to you, Jenny. Um, Amen, sister. Hey, Source. What's up? The Source is in the house. Hey, I Cherish Church. A bishop in the house. Y'all better watch it. You better watch it. Hey, um, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Peachy. Hey, Source. Jenny, the Source. Yeah. Hey there. You know, I birthed a prayer. I birthed a baby in a prayer in January and multiply birth. Yes, I cherish church. You guys, that's content creators and YouTubers. She does her morning her prayers on at think 12 o'clock every day and Tuesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock is her prayer for YouTube channels for content creators. So check her out. She's doing 90 days monetization. Jenny, this is awesome. So many in here that I follow. Of course, Big Jack. Big Jack is my brother. Don't mess with Big Jack. Don't mess with my brother. Content, yeah, content consumers, connections. You know what? Yeah, Latricia, it is content. They want content to keep people here. They want connect. They want community. Community, yeah, because they want to make sure you engage with each other. Collaborating is part of the community. So when you collaborate with other people that they like that and they connect. So it's community, content, and collaboration, and I might have it wrong, but it's close. But her is close too. But yeah, the three C's. So we want to make sure we're not on here trying to push our own thing, cause it say YouTube, but people say it's your channel. You got to be careful with that. Pray for you and your back. Yes, you got to be careful with that because if you not, yep, content, yep, community, y'all dropping it now. Consistent content and clarity. That's your three C's, but those are important, and there's a lot of C's that's important. We have to. I can't remember. Yeah, Vet. You came to my channel. Oh, thank you. You know what? I be checking people out. That's what I do. I mean, something must have drawn me on Latricia's channel, Success Community. Yes, we are family. LaShonda, we all of us in here are families. There's nobody on here. There's very few people that come. They family, but they family from different sides of the family. They family as content creators. They families as subscribers. They families as supporters. They families as private viewers. Our private. Hello. Hey, Ella Endeavor. Hello, Trishana, everybody. For real, Peachy. Yes, hello. Hey, Krista Flash. Y'all, Krista Flash, I'm excited for my brother. My brother is monetized. So y'all check him out. Y'all be checking each other out. And let me tell you, and we have to say this. When I say check people out, check them out. See if you like their content. See if it resonate with you. And then you subscribe. Don't subscribe and unsubscribe. If you subscribe, don't just go unsubscribe. LaShonda will tell you, but if they do something really off the wall, you got her permission to unsubscribe. I'm just saying, because it's a difference between a supporter and a subscriber. I can subscribe to your channel and not very well support it. You just have numbers if you need numbers. And that's why we can't just get caught up in numbers, because a lot of people have a lot of numbers and they don't have support, and it's different. Hey, Chris, congratulations. Yes, you better betcha. You better betcha. Hey, Ellen Endeavor again. I Cherish Church, yes. If you committed to those live stream slots, please email me that information so I can add you to the source network. That source is that source, y'all, all the way in Hawaii, but he does his thing around, I think, 5 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Saturdays. So if you want to be a part of the Source show, check him out. He's filling up fast, y'all, and every time I see him, I think about him, and I haven't done it, but I need to do it. I need to, because my brother asked me to do it. He asked me at first, he said I was on his show. I never was. I don't know if he asked me because he felt guilty because he didn't invite me. Or he really want me on there. I'm pulled and torn between the same thing. Am I wanted? Am I a second thought? Baby, I like to be the first thought. I've been the second thought a lot of times. I want to go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. I'm messing with you, but I'm telling the truth at the same time. So What's up, brother Source? Hey, Flash. Aloha, brother Source. Jenny, yeah, Jenny. On here right now, it look like everybody is YouTubers. The other person didn't answer me, and I might have scared them off, but I'm not trying. I invite everybody in here because we be so deep. We gotta make sure when we doing our content. Some people content is specifically YouTube, but there's a way you can do it where you can include people that may have businesses because YouTube is a business, and we got to start looking at it as how to apply it. The business concept, some of them is specifically to YouTube, but some of it, if it's business, it can be open. Hello everyone in the chat. Dailies, okay. Okay, y'all, this is my other community. I got another community, and you seen Nisha, the Daily Sips with Jazzy, Peachy Keen, and also real life. They came from they came from Yo Yo, Entertainment You Love. They came from her channel. We That's what I'm saying. We connect and interconnect with each other. We gotta love and support each other. And sometimes you pulled in so many directions. You just have to make sure. I gotta organize it. Peachy say she organized that certain days she go on there, and I'd have to get better with my organization, even keeping up with my things. Yvette, love the live. Thank you, Yvette. Love the live. Yvette say, love the live, y'all. Don't just like me. You better love me. LaShonda say, we in a relationship, baby. You ain't going nowhere. I love you and you love me. So it's mutual, baby. You not just here. I'm with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say hi. Yes, everybody. Hope you everyone is doing good. Crystal Flash say, hey daily sips. Y'all, back to kind of what I'm talking about, staying in alignment with the purpose that God has called you. Even as we venture out and we motivate and encourage each other, when we walk in together, God, the word of God say, how can two walk together unless they agree? We have to make sure what we are coming in agreement with. What's expected in the relationships. A lot of times we don't love to have you. You wasn't ready. Okay, I wasn't ready for you. Okay. The source said I wasn't ready for him, baby. There's a quote that says, when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't ready for you, source. You 100% correct. Because I had to check you out. I had to process you. Because you a lot to handle. I am too. So I could say the same thing. You weren't ready for me either, source. But now we came together and we could be ready for each other on the level of each other. Because we also have grown on this channel. We've grown. I'm not the same person I was last year. I've grown, and the source have grown too. And the source is a guy that be, connecting with a lot of different people, pushing their channel as he grow. See, let me tell you something. Don't never let anybody tell you, don't believe the hype. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, you don't have to do nothing, or it's not gonna cost you nothing. That's a lie. When you connecting with people, it's gonna cost you something. It costs you time, energy, character, cost you morals. It will cost you something. There's nothing free in life. So if they say, oh, you don't have to do nothing, you're gonna have to do something. Spend your time. Not spend, I like to believe in investing. Invest in your time, invest in your money, invest in your heart. It's gonna cost you something, baby. That's why I love when Lil Shonda say, we in a relationship. Please don't think I'm making fun of her. Some things resonate with me on a different level. And source, see, I'm not gonna play games. He right. I wasn't ready for him. The source is wow. The source is like me. He might throw out something colorful in a minute. Hats. He had a cow moo moo hat. As long as there's not anything that will compromise my belief, we could work with it. I'm not compromising my belief, and I don't care who it is. Son, grandson, daughter. I will be on the source on the 19th. Oh, cool. Blessed to Crochet says she gonna be on the 18, y'all. She gonna be on the source. The source, yeah, the source. I gotta be transparent, y'all. I just have to be. That's who I am. I check people out. I'll be checking them out, and so even though I may kick it with you, I gotta make sure, like I say, we line up together. I don't want you to be like me. I don't even want you to have the same material I have, but I need to make sure you not way out there somewhere. Cause like I said, sometimes people on here and they're not whole, meaning they are spreading toxic and they're broken. You know, when you tell your story, and if your story is hard, and try to book you all in Black History Month, baby, I got you. I understand. That time, I got you. That's all I'm gonna say. I got you, and that's why I say we on the same page now. But you gotta make sure when you are telling your story, you're not still bleeding. You're not still broken. You're not still hurt. We don't want to get on here and bleed on people. We don't want to get on here and vomit on people. And that might have was not that nice to say, but it's true. You have to be whole. And that means sometimes you might have to get counseling. Sometimes you might have to get a therapist. It's okay. Don't come on here talk. And this is no reflection to anybody. Because y'all know a lot of people. This not the place where you come on here talking about you your own therapist. You trying to heal yourself and all of that. Y'all better watch it. Because guess what? All that ain't going on me. When I was broken and in broken relationships, crying, I wasn't coming on here depressed and making you depressed. We carry spirits. We are a spirit. Whatever's on you gonna get on me. I don't want all that. I'm sorry. I don't care how much I like you. And guess what? People have good information, but they not whole. And because they're not whole, they bleeding on you. They on you. Yeah, you are wild. Yeah, you know I'm wild. I'm wild. I'm wild. But even in my wildness, I gotta make sure I'm answering. And I'm gonna tell you also, I'm answering to the real source, my source, the power of God. And so yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh. I can't go there. And so sometimes, we have names and our names do shape us and define us, who we are. And so when people, say and do things, I just need to make sure it's aligned up with my belief. Some things I love you. I will support you to an extreme, but especially if it's out here and I'm supporting you and you doing things like hustling people. I'm not talking about source, y'all. I'm just saying general. And when I say the source, I mean my source, which is God. I can't connect with people who out here hustling and scamming people and saying that hey, I support JoJo Big Head and JoJo my friend. JoJo in my community, we growing and learning. Now once I find out JoJo is a scam artist, I have to cut JoJo off and I will not be calling JoJo name, saying you go check out JoJo page. If you say JoJo, come on here and y'all go check out JoJo page. One thing you're gonna know for sure, and that's why we tell you, be responsible. Go check out the person page. I'm not gonna tell you who to subscribe to because I don't want to be responsible. And then no, no, no. Real life, you gonna get a whipping. I said JoJo head. I ain't talking about JoJo. With You wrong for that one. You see, you be going on pages I don't be on. So the other day you went on a page and you thought everybody went with you. You said that's not the peach I'm talking about. I'm talking about Peachy King, the queen. We in a circle, and sometimes we have to laugh because we know different people, and we know sometimes I'm not talking about a person that anybody know. I make up names, y'all. Jojo Sausage Head. How that sound? Jojo Sausage Head. Jojo Sausage Head. Hustling people. And I'm telling you, go and subscribe to their channel. What I'm saying to you is go get taken advantage of. And I'm not going to do that. If I know you're a predator in any form, shape, I'm not going to. Got to step away a minute. Be on a replay on this. Will be on replay shortly. Okay, check you out, brother Source. But check this out. I'm not going to tell you guys. I'll tell you to go check them out. Even I like Big Jack. I say go check out my brother. But I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because you know why? Check out his channel. I like how his interview is. And if you see it, his show is on Sundays, I think at 8 p.m. Central. I don't know. But you go check out Big Jack Story Time if you want to be on an interview. I was on there. It wasn't a bad interview. I was on me and the source jumped on StreamYard. It was just fun. Asking questions. The source like to ask a lot of questions. He's like me. He's like LaShonda. He's like most people who likes to do research. He be researching people, y'all. He be researching them. I research things. He researched people. And he said he was going to hear the replay. He'll hear. So he researched. He want to know more and more about you. And that's what is important. And that's why we do the lives, because if people ask us questions about us in a whole complete place, we should be able to tell them who we are. But as the more lives you be a part of, you learn how to navigate YouTube and you learn how to release. Don't tell everybody everything about you because everybody don't need to know everything about you and your family. And even if you want it to be about you, be careful. And YouTube usually have the disclaimer. Don't tell people your personal information. Don't give them your bank account. Don't give them your money. You don't know them. Don't give them your money. Don't give them where you live at, your address. Get a office box. Your phone number if you want it. That's your choice. I give my phone number away to people who I feel is trustworthy. But because I can always block you, but I'm not so keen of giving my personal where I live at. And not because I don't want to. They got crazy people out here. And because well, I'm not going to say crazy, forgive me. They have people that's not mentally stable at all. Because that's why some people, because of stigmas, that's why they don't get treatment and help they need. Which is, now that's crazy because if you don't get what you need or help, that makes no sense. And I worked in the mental health field majority of my life. And if you need help and you don't seek help, people gonna know why. Cause like my gray hair be showing, you can put color on it or you could get relaxers. And guess what? What's under the roots, whatever's in the deep roots, it's gonna show. So if you sick, the roots gonna show. Just making sure you aligned with the purpose that God called you and aligned with the right people who can help you get there. Do you feel like are you currently taking action steps in your alignment and you're aligned to it? Is am I freezing, you guys? Can anybody else tell me if I'm freezing? Somebody drop a 1. Okay, thank you. It's you, Peachy. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that, y'all. And so, if you in alignment, are you in alignment with the purpose that God called you? If you're not in line and the field goal is kicked, or you are a goalie, you can't stop the ball from hitting the goal. So when we're in alignment, in position to receive, we will get all that we need. Don't be in a hurry to rush to get to the next destination and not enjoy the process. That destination gonna be there when you get there, but if you're not prepared for it, you cannot stay there. We want to go places we haven't been mentally prepared, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. And then when we get there and people may feel like, well, what are they doing at the table? Once you're invited to that table, they seen something about you to invite you. So work on your skill sets. Work on improvement 1% each time you get on here. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. As Jenny Lee was talking about earlier, she used her cell phone. That's what I'm on. And you use what you have. Because I was waiting to become perfect to do my business. Hey, Bug. Bug, I know you, baby. You don't come too often. You need to keep coming, Bug. Phone disconnected, miss 8 minutes. Bug you be, don't be coming, baby. Grandma miss ya. So yes, remember what your purpose is. Why you on YouTube? If you're on here to entertain, be the best entertainer you can be. LaShonda at night, she give great pointers. It's at 7 p.m. I mean 8:30 Eastern time, and she's talking about how to do segments of where you going. Those who are doing entertainment, check her out so that you can learn how to set up, and do not just one hit wonders, one hit Johnnies. I'm not into the entertainment world. I'm not a great entertainer. I mean, people laugh and all that, but your great strengths. Work on them, improve them. We have this one girl. She's in entertainment. You love community, and she do the dancing. Peachy, not Peachy. I'm sorry. Real life did a Sims about her and dancing. If you like to dance, and I do like to dance, and y'all see me dancing, I got a couple of steps, baby, but that's okay. Whatever I got, I'm working it. Work with what you have. Don't wait for it to become flashy. It will grow. If you feed it and nurture it, it will grow. Anything you nurture, it will grow. Anything you build, it will grow. Your house. We want big homes, mansions. Why? You don't even celebrate the one room you're in. Celebrate that. When I was in the projects, I knew I was moving. I kept having these dreams, and God had me to fix my house up, paint it. I was like, why you fix up stuff, paint it to leave it? Because God always wants you to leave something better than it was when you came to it. So if you're on YouTube, you want people to leave your channel better. Find and there's a lot of YouTubers out here. Find the one resonate with you. Find where you growing it. I did a recording, content, say grow where you go. Grow into those shoes, by being around the right source, putting yourself in position so that when you get there, you can't go from kindergarten to grad school. It's a progression. But somewhere in life, we feel like we can skip the process of where we going. We have to build. You build. It's called building blocks. Building blocks will help you to stay in your purpose. Building blocks will help you to stay on your focus. Building blocks will help you to keep going and growing. So today, ask yourself, am I currently in an action aligned with what I want, even what I believe? Last week, as I said, before some of you came on, I did a reflection. I looked at my page. Do an audit on yourself. Am I giving the people what I said my channel represent? You want to make sure you still stay in connection of what you say you will do. And then ask yourself, in what areas do I need to shift in my mindset or environment to align with my purpose? We have to be willing to grow, change, and learn. Get you information that's going to help you to grow. Get around people who have already been where you want to go, and then grow from there. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to set up and get into different positions. I told my son this. People want to help, but only if you, hey, top dog, people want to help. Ellen Endeavor say grow and change and learn. Hey, top dog life. Um, People want to help, but nobody's gonna make you receive the help. They're not gonna run after you, beg you, and do it for free. They ain't gonna do it for pay. When I get my hair done, and I used to like to get my hair done. Some people want you to run after them, beg them, and then you still paying them. No, when they used to do my hair, I called this little girl, this young lady, this young woman. I gotta be professional. This young woman, and I asked her last week, I wanted her to do my hair. What day worked for her? Was it Monday work well or Tuesday? She said Tuesday. That was enough time. Okay, I'll do that. We cannot expect great things to happen and stay in the same mindset we're in. You know, you have to see yourself evolving. You have to see yourself where you at before you get there. You have to see yourself monetized now before you get there, because you when you get there, you don't just get excited and be like, oh, I'm monetized now. No, I'm monetized. Now I am ready for the program to learn what's behind there, because everything is different. On this side, it's different. When we was a consumer, it's different. When you get on that side, it's gonna be different, and even different expectations. Everybody don't come back and tell you everything because they just got there. As you get there, the longer and longer, some of the older content creators, you'll see some of the trainings and teachings and stuff they go to. So this is just a step. That's a step towards we going towards graduation. We going towards college, and then once you get to college, then you graduate. YouTube program is your graduate program. You when you get your graduate program, that's just a process of it, and then you growing and developing, and then you start making more investments. Don't think if you don't make investments, you're gonna stay up here. You're gonna have to make more investment into. Now that's where the more better equipment come. Making more. If you could afford it, you do it. But if you can't, you celebrate where you at. At first you work at what you at. Do I really like YouTube? Am I really willing to put in the time? Do I want to make that big investment? I brought a camera. I gave it to my friend. I just wanted brought it to the cities. A nice camera with the bag and 2 lenses. Everything. I gave her the disc and everything. But she also gives me, she's very kind to me, very generous. So I could have brought it to the pawn shop. The pawn shop don't give me nothing. Make sure you're making investments into places where you get withdrawals. Don't be so willing to just take and not give nothing back, including yourself. You know, we have to be willing to put in. Now, think about it. As I grow to these places, I want to make my recording, my content, my evergreen better. I want to take my time. That's why some things I haven't put out yet. I want to take my time and make sure they're polished, they're well done. I mean, you know, a couple of videos I want to do, and I know they're going to go off, but I have to make sure I'm doing them correctly, making sure they're good, making sure my thumbnail good, the message, and then reach my audience with the questions. And they talk about pain points. If I talk to your pain point, you want relief. I'm giving you relief, whether it's in entertainment, whether it's in cooking. You know, I'm giving you hacks for shortcut of cooking. People gonna flock to your channel, but you have to know how to marketing. That's one of the things LaShonda was talking about yesterday, the other day. Marketing. Marketing is so important. That was one of my missing elements, not knowing how to market it myself. Not having, then I didn't have the time either because I was working at night. Nights jobs are hard. So marketing yourself, being your number one cheerleader. If you don't cheer for yourself, you don't push your product, nobody else ain't gonna buy it because they ain't gonna be like, they ain't that good, they ain't talking about it. Push your product. Be your own cheerleader. Tell about the goodness. Yes, it's valuable because God gave you the idea. Yes, somebody will buy it because he gave you the idea. Yes, you will be successful, but we have to package it and not be afraid to step into the unknown. It could be scary, but you could do it. And don't let fear of being familiar with things keep you out of being alignment. There's a lot of stuff I get on here and I do. Am I scared? I've been scared. I gotta keep going. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep believing. Even do it when you don't believe. Cause sometimes we do things we don't believe it. But keep doing it because God put it in your heart. He will manifest it. So LaShonda say, yes, order your steps. God has ordered your steps. But we have to follow the direction. Am I still somebody still here? If you enjoying it, drop in a thing. Now this is what I want to leave with you guys before we go before we leave. And this is it's talking about one thing you've spoken, two things I heard that you, oh God, are stronger. Hebrew, strength, power, and might. And that's you, oh Lord. and loving. Loving in Hebrew is unfailing, love, devotion, kind, loyalty. For your reward is according to what we have done. And this was a Psalms from 63 to 11. It was broken up. You know, Jesus, you are the very nature of God. But you do not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but you made yourself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human like, and being found in appearance of human being. You humble yourself and become obedient to death. Sometimes we have to decide what's most important to us. You know, if it's the word, then read the word. Find things that will help you. This book is the prayer for today, a lifelong journey, and contemplate a prayer. You know, O Jesus, poor and abject, unknown and despised, have mercy upon me and let not me be ashamed to follow. I don't know if I like this one, y'all, but this is a prayer affirmation today. It say, Lord, I affirm you that you are strong and mighty as seen in you are loving, loyalty, and tender are seen in. I took both strength and love to be obedient to on the cross. I affirm that you really stuffed on the cross. Consider what strikes you and what most from prayers. I affirm that you call me not to be ashamed. Yes, sometimes I'm fearful of ridicule or as in seen. I easily get indignity when I'm mistreated, but I want to testify to others all about you. Yeah, we can get indignant when people don't accept us, and you have to realize some of these things. You know, people may make fun of you because you don't do some of the things they do. That's choice. Everything in life is choice. We all have decisions to make in choice. What's most important to you? What's going to be important to your family? What's in the tree is it came from the roots. So what's in your heart, what's in you, if it's not in the word of God, it comes from outside sources, and outside sources can be tainted. There's some things in areas in life that I keep working on and keep growing, developing. Why? Because I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy to my family. Yes, I live a boring life worthy of standards, but I'm seeking higher things. Well, I don't consider my life boring anymore. I used to when I was younger, because what people consider going to the parties, living, you gotta turn it up and turn it up. Uh, excuse me, y'all. You have to turn it up, and I mean in two ways. You got to turn it up with somebody in bed, and you turning the bottle up. So either way, if it ain't the right, you can mess yourself up, y'all. So I went in a different direction. So I'm not telling you to live as I live, but I ain't turning it up. Only thing I'm turning up is some of this tea in a minute, some hot tea, something gonna be healthy. You do what you do. I'm talking about leaving a legacy for me and my family, but I'm not gonna say myself I'm bored anymore. You're not bored. You're not bored, top dog. Because boring is a whole different thing. You know, flashy, everything glitters not gold. That don't mean nothing. Yeah, you right. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's boring. Okay, chaotic life leads to lots of problems, baby. There's a lot of people wish they was not as. Turn it up on Fridays. Turn it up on Tuesday. They turn it up. And they turning it up, and they turning themselves out though. You know, they turning themselves out. So what cost you want to pay? That's all we have to say. What cost I want to pay? I could go to the club every day, and I'm about to go on a tangent, y'all. Why you going to the club? A loud music, people drinking, dropping alcohol on your clothes, ready to fight. You know, if you step on somebody's shoes and they made a mistake, they ready to fight. Why you want to put yourself in that environment? Someone on my team got fired from turning it up. Oh my God. I ain't laughing at them. I'm laughing at the word turn it up. Yes, you could be at work, so you thinking turn it up, and and then I'm glad you saved me from my tangent. And then I'm gonna be getting ready to close, y'all. You know, we gotta be careful as YouTubers. It pays the call. pay the cost to be the boss. That's right. That's Jane Brown. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Top Dog made a point. If you guys have a business outside this business and it's during your work hours, even if just on YouTube, because YouTube is a business, we have to make sure you're not putting people on this camera. You got to make sure your phone is the camera, because that's what I'm talking about. We got to make sure we not violating people in the medical field. We call it a HIPAA rights, putting clients on there. This one young lady got fired from the airport as a steward because she just hit a 90-day mark. You know, you already under 90 days to make sure they want you. So she was on an airplane waiting for it, and she was doing the dance. You know, the dance where you do be shaking your booty. I forgot what it's called. Twerking. Thank you. I love it. Couldn't think of the name of the dance. She was twerking. And then she had the nerve enough to get upset saying she was on her own time. No, she was still on the clock. And so she said they took it out of content. And other nurses, silly women, that's what God talk about, and I don't want to be no silly woman. Nurses have gotten fired. One girl, they was doing this thing, talking about the things they dislike in the prenatal unit, the labor unit. You know, you keep asking. This is how they do it with attitude, y'all. You keep asking for water, or the baby daddy at one area and it at the other area. You can't be telling people business on here unless it's your business or your family business. And if it's your other immediate family business, I don't tell a lot of my son them business because they may not like it. I say a few things about me and him as his child, but I don't say nothing too out of order because I don't want him to be offended. But I can't be telling you all about my cousins and them and my brothers and them and talking about their life. If they turned it up and they want you to know they turned it up, that's them. Top Dog says she turned it up too much on the airlines. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. And if you're a family channel, I understand sharing your family, but you have to be discreet with it. You don't let people know. I think some things you just don't. You don't let people know your children's school because some people will harass them. Some people will go there. They may trying to kidnap your children. They got people. Oh, if I can't have um sausage head, I ain't calling no names with it. Sausage head, then I'm gonna get their children. People be on different things. So we have to be careful how much information we give out. I live in Minnesota. I ain't scared to say where I live, but I just don't do it. We live in different areas and wherever you at. I mean, if people want you bad enough, they'll find you. It's not a problem. I promise you that. Spot on, coach. People do crazy things. A lot of trolls on here. Yes, they can. If somebody wants something bad enough, trust me, they know how to. When people live a life, you gotta watch your back. No, God watch my back. He say that mercy and grace follow me all the days of my life. So I ain't worried about that part. That's why I'm not really worried about that part. But God also tell us not to be foolish. Everybody's not your friend. Everybody don't love you. And so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not really worried about them. I want to be here as long as God have me here, but the enemy can only take my body. He cannot take my soul. My spirit and my soul belongs to God. Do I want to leave early? No. I want to be here for my grandchildren. I want to be here for my son and my daughter-in-law and my adopted daughters and grandchildren and all that. I want to be here for them. So I don't want to make foolish moves, even though I know God got my back. And when it's time. No matter what you do, you either live in fear and never go anywhere. I went on a conference a couple of weeks ago, even though they kept having all the airplane crashes. People say the airplane's been crashing at a level at that extent, but it wasn't televised. What they trying to do, they want you to be afraid of everything so that we'll go back and being in the position we was in 2020. So therefore we scared of everything and everybody, and anxiety and fear will hold you captive, and you cannot live like that. We protect ourselves even during that. But was amazing, no power nap. Power nap hour always drop wisdom on these. I was glad I caught you. Thank you, Top Dog. Blessed to crochet. I've been listening in the background, working. You have a great day, and everybody in the chat. I'm going to get now. You know what, Mary? You have a blessed day too, and we pray that God restore your body, and keep your mind so that you be comfort and not being in a hurry to move quickly. Because I know healing is a process for some, and sometimes we want it right now. Right now, I want to do everything I used to do. But in reality, we can't do it like that, especially as we get older. When you get older, your body don't snap back as quick as it did when you was younger. I'm impaired flying. Talk about alignment, align with people that's you have an interest in. What? You impaired flying? You don't like the flying source? You went to Hawaii. Now that was going to Hawaii. That flight is a long flight. I think that kind of turned me off about going abroad, but I may change my mind, especially if somebody give me a ticket. So yes, that is funny. We learn little bits and bits about people and each other. So I just want to tell y'all that I want to challenge you to check your alignment with your purpose, what you are called to do, why you called to do it, align with your purpose, and then I donate to that coach fund. Let's get oversee. I flew pilots. I flew when pilots haven't yet made their lives a risk to all. They've been made a risk to themselves, baby. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Pilots been drinking. Pilots been, it been like that. So we just now seeing more and more of it. So don't let it fool you. But I appreciate you all, and I'm winding down. I want to challenge you to check into your alignment, making sure you are in line to what you're called to do. Think about it, just as when your car is out of alignment, you veer off course. And, I want to make sure you check in with the source. Who's your source? Who's your power source? God is mine. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to someone of substance? Are you listening to someone who is giving you value? Are you listening to someone, you growing together with? You don't want to be the only one growing. You want to be where you at today. You don't want to be there 10 years from now. You want to keep on going. And then reflect, align, and reposition yourself to what God has already designed you for. God has designed you for greatness. God has designed you that you are able, when you do have life crisis and situation, and my favorite word, messy life storms, that you able to snap back from them and snap into your destiny, because God has called you to greater things and to come to greater position. I am saying, as I always say, I'll meet Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock 8 o'clock Sunday. And I'm your girl, I'm your friend. I appreciate everything you all poured into me. And I pray that God multiply back to you. I pray the things that was said, that it become fruitful in your life, and not just another thing to bog your mind with, but to give you clarity, peace, that you rise to the occasion where God has called you to greater things, greater places, and to greater positioning. I am your girl. I'm your friend. I'm Snapback Trishana. You might go down, but you won't go under. You are an overcomer. Until the next time, blessings. Later. I'm out. Right here.